What if your mind is the scariest place on Earth? Welcome to the spine-chilling underbelly of psychological experiments, where ordinary humans become lab rats in a dance with their darkest selves. As we descend, be prepared for an unnerving exploration of obedience, authority, and morality. Click off now if you prefer sweet dreams, or stay with us as we reveal the nightmares hidden within the folds of our own minds. You're on Curiosity Corner. As our journey begins, we travel back to a time when psychology was a nascent field, when the complexities of the human mind were just beginning to unfold. We venture back to the 19th century, a birthplace of social experiments. Back then, pioneers employed them to understand this untamed landscape of the human psyche. The first sparks of curiosity were ignited by the realization that human behavior wasn't isolated, but influenced heavily by social interactions and the environment. Groundbreaking theories emerged, theories proposing that we were not merely products of our genetics, but also molded by our surroundings. And thus began the era of social experiments. Researchers began devising creative and at times controversial ways to test these theories. It's hard to imagine, but there was a time when these methods were completely uncharted territory, a risky endeavor, a leap of faith into the abyss of the unknown. How did the pioneers navigate this? And, more importantly, what compelled them to venture into this new territory? As we journey forward, we'll find answers to these questions and uncover the courage, curiosity, and ambition that drove these early psychological explorers. What path did they blaze for the infamous studies to come? Stay tuned as we delve deeper. And so, we arrive at the Stanford Prison Experiment, one of the most notorious landmarks on our journey. Conducted in 1971 by psychologist Philip Zimbardo, it explored the psychology of imprisonment. A group of students were divided into guards and prisoners within a mock-up prison setup, and the world watched in disbelief as things took a terrifying turn. What was initially an experiment quickly became a horrifying reality. The guards began to assert their dominance with unexpected brutality. At the same time, the prisoners, succumbing to their roles, endured the dehumanizing treatment. The chilling transformation revealed that we, humans, are capable of adopting roles and behaviors that may be alien to us given the right environment. But how did a seemingly harmless experiment escalate into a grim spectacle of human behavior? What does it say about our ability to switch roles and identities? As we delve deeper into the following segments, we'll unearth the implications of Zimbardo's controversial study, its effects still echoing in the halls of psychology. Are we ready to confront the monsters within us, waiting to awaken by circumstance? From the grim corridors of the mock Stanford prison, we now find ourselves standing in front of a simple yet deceptive setup, the Milgram experiment. In the early 1960s, psychologist Stanley Milgram conducted an experiment to understand how far people would go to obey authority, even when their actions could cause harm to others. The experiment involved a participant, a teacher, instructed to administer increasing electric shocks to a learner for every incorrect answer. Unbeknownst to the teacher, the learner was an actor and the shocks weren't real. The alarming discovery? Most participants continued to administer the shocks, obeying the authority figure's instructions despite the apparent distress of the learner. The results were a hard pill to swallow, unveiling a disturbing side of obedience. This begs the question, can our inherent respect for authority push us to commit unspeakable acts? The answers lie in the layers yet to be unfolded. The echoes of Milgram's experiment continue to reverberate in our consciousness. How will these echoes shape our understanding as we venture further? Stay with us as the plot thickens. We first traverse the infamous landscapes of the Milgram experiment and the Stanford Prison Experiment, where the boundaries of authority, obedience, and morality were put to a test. These experiments, however shocking they may be, shed light on the darker corners of human nature. Marina Abramovic's 1974 performance piece, Rhythm Zero, is an unconventional but eerily similar exploration of these themes. In this art performance turned social experiment, Abramovic stood still for 6 hours, allowing the audience to interact with her using 72 objects on a table, ranging from a feather to a loaded gun. It was a daring exploration of vulnerability, violence, and the dissolution of social norms. As the hours ticked by, the audience shifted from caution and gentleness to increasingly aggressive and harmful interactions, echoing the uncomfortable revelations of the Milgram and Stanford Prison experiments. Given absolute control, the audience descended into a space where empathy and morality were overtaken by purity and the absence of consequences. From our journey through these experiments, we are left with unsettling questions. Why do we, as individuals, succumb to authority even against our moral judgment? And how does giving an individual unchecked power influence their actions towards others? Stay tuned as we delve deeper into these psychological enigmas in our next segment. We encounter the Asch Conformity Experiment as we delve deeper into our exploration. This study resonates with our social lives even today. Conducted in the 1950s by Solomon Asch, the experiment questioned our capacity to uphold our own beliefs and perceptions in the face of the majority opinion. Participants were asked to match the length of lines in a group setting, with the majority deliberately giving incorrect answers. Remarkably, a significant number of participants conformed to the group's wrong answers, even when it conflicted with their own perceptions. It was as if the fear of being an outlier overshadowed their trust in their own senses. But why did these participants choose to agree with an obviously wrong majority? Does our desire for social harmony overpower our own judgment? As we ponder on these questions, the echoes of Asch's experiment serve as a stark reminder of our struggle against the tide of conformity. But what awaits us next? How will the revelations from these landmark experiments impact our understanding of ourselves? Stay tuned as we continue our voyage. We now veer into another intriguing facet of human behavior, the bystander effect. This psychological phenomenon was brought to the limelight after a brutal event, the murder of Kitty Genovese in 1964, a crime witnessed by several individuals who, shockingly, failed to intervene or call for help. Social psychologists Don Darley and Bibb Latané decided to unravel the psychological underpinnings of this grim event, leading to a series of experiments. Their findings revealed a counterintuitive truth. The more witnesses present during an emergency, the less likely any one of them is to provide help. This diffusion of responsibility, as they called it, is a stark commentary on our social behavior. But why does this diffusion of responsibility occur? Why does the presence of others inhibit our instinct to help? As we explore further, we'll delve deeper into the disturbing implications of the bystander effect and question our responses in emergencies. What startling truths will this exploration reveal about our collective conscious? Find out as we forge ahead. Leaving behind the historical landmarks, we now venture into the terrain of contemporary psychology. Over time, social experiments have evolved, not just in their design, but in their ethical considerations as well. Modern social experiments tend to be more subtle, nuanced, and certainly more respectful of the participant's psychological well-being. A fine line is the lost letter experiment, a simple yet ingenious method of measuring societal attitudes. Researchers lose letters in various locations, each addressed to different hypothetical organizations, and gauge public attitudes based on the number of letters returned. Such experiments reveal how our actions are shaped by our subconscious beliefs and societal norms. But what do these modern experiments tell us about our current society? How have we evolved from the controversial studies of the past? As we continue our journey, we'll explore how these subtler studies add to our understanding of human behavior. What do they reflect about our present? What do they foreshadow about our future? Stay tuned as we navigate this intriguing chapter. As our journey through the annals of social experiments and psychological studies draws to a close, we find ourselves standing on a vantage point, gazing at the winding path we've traversed. We've journeyed through time, navigated the dark corridors of human behavior, and witnessed the evolution of our understanding of the human mind. As we depart from this journey, we carry with us a deeper understanding of ourselves, a testament to our continual quest to decode the human psyche. But with every answer we unearth, new questions emerge. What does this mean for us as a society? What does it mean for us as individuals? As we sign off, we leave you with these questions for you to ponder and explore. Click on this video we selected for you to continue your learning experience. And if you like this video, please consider liking and subscribing. Until we meet again on another intellectual adventure, stay curious, my friends.